We've talked about in the past how pistols in Tarkov could be more effective if they were able to be drawn faster in-game. And previously, before patch 13.5, pistols just didn't come out fast enough when you needed them. The draw down of your rifle was slow, and the draw up of your pistol was just as, if not, slower. However, BSG has made attempts to try and rectify this issue in patch 13.5. I emphasize the word try because, unfortunately, it was just that, an attempt. While it is certainly faster than it was previously, I feel as though the speed of swapping to your sidearm could be improved upon even further. There are some other elements to it that could be improved too, but the main problem is that it's fast, but not fast enough. Let's go over why. For years now, the option to run a sidearm was always available to those who felt like pairing their rifle with a backup pistol was a good idea. Unfortunately, there's probably less than 1,000 people who play this game that will run something like just an AK-74 with any kind of pistol. It never felt worth it because rifles were good enough on their own, and you usually die fast enough that upon reflecting on what you did wrong, the idea to pull your pistol out never even crossed your mind, if you were running one. But why is that? Shouldn't that be your immediate response whenever you run out of ammo or run into a malfunction of any kind? Well, in most other shooters, yes, that should be your first reflex. However, the problem with Tarkov, and it's been this way for a long time, is that swapping to your pistol always took too long. It was honestly kind of egregious for something so small to require almost a full second to get to. Now, with patch 13.5, BSG made it a goal for pistols to really be brought alongside your rifle, sniper, DMR, or even an SMG as a trusty backup should your primary not get the job done. And to their credit, pistols can be fast to switch to, but only if you're willing to sacrifice almost half of your arm stamina to do so. And here we come across the first issue of the new fast swapping pistols. Just the speed is still too slow. It really baffles me that as players we would be punished so harshly for wanting to switch to a sidearm as fast as possible, as our last ditch effort to stay alive in the middle of a fight. Again, lots of other shooters just make this option quick, snappy, and responsive. It's a damn shame that Tarkov is so against this concept even with these updates, speeds, and mechanics, because drawing your pistol quickly isn't the new norm. No, you need to double tap whatever your pistol key is, and then your PMC will draw it at a speed that feels reasonable. Now already that's a shame, because this speed should just be the new default. A player shouldn't have to double tap or bind it to any special key. If you press your pistol button, it comes out as fast as possible, and the stamina drain should be non-existent. Let's be real. Pistols in Tarkov in almost every game are not strong enough to warrant some kind of a debuff like this. What's worse is that if you fast swap to a pistol and have no arm stamina, your aim when you ADS will be all over the place. The most powerful pistol we have in the game is technically the RSH-12, the one that shoots the same ammo as the AS-12. Yes, a single PS-12B round is enough to take out a ton of different players in potentially one shot, but bringing a revolver means that your fire is severely hampered, even in double action. So, it's not the most for consistent sidearms. That title would go to either the 5.7 or the Shrimp. I guess technically 9mm or 45 ACP with their best respective AP ammos, but those are harder to come by, whereas the 5.7 and the Shrimp still have their good ammos readily available. Still, whatever sidearm you choose to bring should not matter. They should all behave the same way, and right now, it's close, but it's still not enough. Stamina drain upon fast swapping is also really overtuned. The speed is not fast enough to warrant how much arm stamina it takes to swap quickly. It's almost half as of right now. They did say that your endurance stat will influence this. However, the higher your endurance is, the less overall stamina it will drain. So my guess is that as we level up our skills, it may go from using half to maybe a quarter of your total arm stamina, which to me is still too much for what it's actually doing. A game system like pistol swapping should cost no stamina or any resource to be fast. Again, this is a last-ditch effort, and if you must resort to doing it, you're probably already dead. I'm glad it's in the game, don't get me wrong. The community, and more specifically I, have been complaining about this problem for years, so it's reassuring to finally get it addressed. It's good, but it could be better. maybe I'm complaining about it too soon. Maybe once we level up our skills, these problems will actually fade away and it will feel good to switch to a pistol quickly. However, I don't think that'll be the case. This seems like systemic problems and that the fast swap to the pistol was more of a band-aid to fix it. The easiest solution in hindsight is to just make the new swap speed the default. No double tapping, no stamina loss, no other gimmicks. Just make these weapons reliable backups to our rifles. And make them quieter too, please. Something else that always eats away at my soul is how I could be prone in foliage, hear some feet approaching me, and not feel like I can swap to my pistol because that noise is so loud, they will hear it and instantly beam me. It's happened so many times when I'm using bolt actions, it's not even funny. It doesn't help that now just normal swapping to your pistol also has a delay to it, because the game needs to know whether you press the button once or twice. Maybe this can be resolved with some adjustments to keybinds, maybe I haven't really looked into that. But again, all these new problems for just wanting your pistol to be faster. They were so close, and yet they're still so far. At the end of the day, I am honestly not that upset what has transpired since this update. I am very relieved that pistols got some form of love and attention. They went so long without any, I had pretty much given up any hope that they would be looked at. Luckily they have. And while it isn't exactly what people were hoping for, at this point we just have to take what we can get. Granted, that doesn't mean we can't give constructive feedback on these changes and ask that they can be improved upon further. Pistols feel better in Tarkov, that much is objectively true, but they could be better. If the speed was universal and not reliant on a gimmick, and it would make everyone that much more inclined to bring a sidearm with them. Oh well, here's to hoping for more changes in the future. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. What are your thoughts on the adjustments to sidearms? Are they improved enough to warrant any other changes? Could they be iterated on to feel more like trusty backup weapons? Be sure to leave your thoughts down below and subscribe for more videos on the newest additions to Tarkov that may or may not have been added smoothly. I hope to see you in future ones.